Hi guys, this is Lada from astrolada.com and I'm here with your October 2017 videos. But this October I'm going to focus on one exceptional astrological event. This is Jupiter changing signs, moving from Libra into Scorpio. And these videos are not going to be just for October. You can watch them all up till November 2018 because all this time for around 12 months, Jupiter will be in a new sign. So this video will be your guiding light for the next 12 months. So come back to them. And this is tremendous event, one of the most important astrological events this year, and like every year when Jupiter transit signs. And because it shifts your luck, it shifts your opportunities totally. And now the water and earth signs will be kind of manifesting more powerfully. Jupiter is moving into Scorpio, where it's going to be very strong. Till now, the last 1 year, Jupiter was in Libra. It's not as strong in Libra because it's a sign where Jupiter does not do so well in. And not only that, but in the last 1 year, Jupiter was making a lot of challenging aspects to Uranus, to Pluto. So it's even if it manifested, and it does manifest because Jupiter is the bringer of opportunities. If it manifested, it was with more challenges, with more surprises, with more effort, so to speak. But this year, Jupiter being in Scorpio, where it's very strong, it's in a sign that it loves to be in. It's very strong in Scorpio because Mars, that rules Scorpio, is a friend of Jupiter. And not only that, but it's really helped the whole 2018 by positive aspects only. Saturn is in a good relationship to Jupiter. Saturn will be in Capricorn. If you want to figure out, basically, to know the astrology, Saturn in Capricorn as well, but also Pluto and Neptune will be in good aspects to Jupiter, so it has no challenging aspects. So it's gonna give abundance and bounty in a positive, easy way. So we're gonna go through all the 12 signs. And by the way, join me on the 21st of October, me and a group of amazing astrologers, at least 5 or 6. We're gonna be doing a astrology marathon live. If you can't be present live, it's gonna be Saturday, but if you can't make it, you can watch it after that as a recording. We're gonna do the most important astrological events from 2018 to 2021, like Saturn conjunct Pluto, Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Scorpio, the eclipses, Venus retrograde in Scorpio, Mars retrograde in Aquarius and Capricorn, all the big events. It's an astrological bonanza, astrological marathon. I'm super excited. We're going to have a peek into the next 3 years ahead. And by the way, this Jupiter in Scorpio now, so all those videos, it's general. You know, we're going to go through each sign, but it is general. And if you want more specifically to know about Jupiter, how it's going to impact you, like a professional astrologer outlook from your ascendant, from the specific house cast, join me on the 30th of September live, or watch after that the recording of Jupiter in Scorpio webinar. And I'll show you how to exactly predict what opportunities will be coming in your horoscope according to the degrees in your horoscope, according to the planets. And Jupiter will be affecting other signs, not only Scorpio, but 2 other signs will manifest powerfully in the coming 1 year because of the playing together with Saturn. So join me to find out more in-depth information. Gemini. And Gemini, for you, this October, Jupiter is moving, whether it's your ascendant, sun, or moon in Gemini. And I always advise, always check your ascendant sign if you know your time of birth, because it shows tangible events. The moon sign shows how you perceive reality, because the moon rules your emotional world. And the sun sign shows more psychological as well. But, in the Western world, we'll check a lot the sun sign because the sun sign is connected with our willpower, and we're very kind of proactive society in the Western world, and we believe we create our reality. While in the Eastern world, people check their moon sign a lot because they believe in the soul more, they're more intuitive there. But I would advise check the 3 of them, but especially the ascendant sign, and in the Western world, the sun sign. So if you're Gemini, the big event is that Jupiter is moving from your 5th house to the 6th house. And in the 5th house, let's quickly recapitulate what it might have brought you over the last 1 year. Well, maybe expanded. If you're Gemini, sun, moon, or ascendant, maybe it brought a love interest. Jupiter is about expansion to you, which might have been a bit full of surprises and ups and downs, because as I said, Jupiter was making difficult aspects from here, from the 5th house with Uranus and Pluto, but there was also a stabilizing aspect to Saturn. So it might have gone both ways, and might have expanded your freedom, creatively expanded your creativity. Maybe some of you put a lot more creativity into their business. 5th house is having your private business, so some of you might have expanded their private business or some creative projects or developed new creative interests. Some of you might have joined, became more fertile. Jupiter in the 5th house is about children, having a child. Or Jupiter in the 5th house is about having a lover or dating someone, or Jupiter in the 5th house is about discovering yourself, joy again, your personal, the inner child within you, and having more fun, hopefully. Hopefully you got to experience a bit more of those over the past 12 months. And it rules a lot of other things as well. Maybe the life of your children, maybe there was something important, positive as an opportunity that came into the life of your children, or some opportunity that came to you through some hobby or some creative interest that you had in your life that was like a saving grace. But Jupiter is moving into your 6th house, which is where Scorpio is. So how is that going to impact you over the next 12 months? And you'll probably be fully aware of the results by the end of those 12 months. So around November 1st, an opportunity can come, it can disappear, that can come again. So don't wait that October already your luck fully changes. Well, first of all, Scorpio, where Jupiter is moving, is a sign of big transformations and therapeutic healing. And the 6th house is the house of health. So I predict that people that have serious health problems with and Gemini ascendant in particular, to a lesser degree Sun or Moon in Gemini, will be experienced. And Jupiter is the planet of knowledge, finding answers. Jupiter is the planet of higher knowledge, of light, bringing light into the 6th house, and 6th house rules health, and Scorpio is transformation and healing. So when we put these three elements together, there is like a light and knowledge, and Jupiter facilitates and makes something easier, access to healing of the physical body, deep therapeutic healing that's irreversible. So you might have had some chronic conditions for some time, and very likely for you this chronic condition was caused because of something, either physical injury, because Mars, Scorpio rules by Mars, which is quite physical, or some kind of deep emotional, psychological issue that is causing that health problem, because Scorpio is also the sign that rules held in traumatic feelings. So anything that's affecting your health is kind of, this Scorpio nature, and Jupiter brings in light there and can help you release you from some long-term self-harming behavior of some sort, for example, because 6th house also rules addictions, especially addictions which are caused on emotional basis, and Jupiter can bring light there. You can make you read or have high understanding about how to deal with that. 6th house is about healing of any physical pains. So Scorpio is transformation, 6th house is physical pain, health problems, and Jupiter brings the knowledge, and Jupiter is an allowing planet which allows things to happen easier, so they can be a huge transformation in your health. For example, you might get super interested and obsessive, because Scorpio rules something, obsessiveness, and Jupiter expands the obsessiveness of Scorpio. You might get obsessive about a diet, about health routines, regimes, about right posture, so yoga or any kind of something that will maintain and improve your health, or about veganism or vegetarianism, and Jupiter brings the higher knowledge and interest. You can read books about that and research, dig deep obsessively like Scorpio would. Overall, the health of your body in a positive way by the year 2000. And even, it's just the process of starting to research that, to dig and to get clarity, which is Jupiter's clarity about that, can lead to improved health overall in your health later on. Hopefully you'll start applying it as well. If you are anyone who works in 6th house environments, 6th house professions like medical professions, lawyers, because 6th house is the house of discord, so there will be expansion of their business. If you're a medical doctor, for example, if you're a lawyer, because 6th house is the sick, those that are in arguments, those that are in any kind of conflict in their life. So Jupiter there will expand such situations, which means there's more work for someone who is a policeman, for example, someone who is in the military, someone who is a medical profession, someone who is a lawyer, someone who is in social services, because there is expansions of those conditions that are lacking balance of the sixth house. Jupiter creates expansion, and because of that, your business increases. You become very busy. Expands your business. If you're a doctor, you can have intuitive. Jupiter is intuitive, higher wisdom about prescribing the right medicine, and that will expand also your clientele. And you can find also with Jupiter in the sixth house the right physician. Maybe you have a health condition you've been looking for years to heal something, and now Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, enters the sixth house, and you find the right doctor to help you with that condition, to bring you the knowledge. But otherwise, if you're a policeman, in the military, in someone who deals with arguments, lawyers, all of those things, social services, you can have a great year basically in your work. But sixth house naturally also rules the work environment. So when Jupiter enters there, it can transform, because it's in Scorpio, the sign of transformation, totally your work environment. So you can get, for example, a new job. Sixth house is the house of employment, being employed by someone. It's the house of servitude. So nowadays we're not slaves and servants, we're employed by a company or by someone else. Or if you work for yourself, sixth house is your daily duties, responsibilities, errands. So it expands it. Jupiter entering the sixth house expands because it's expansive influence, the number of responsibilities and duties. So you might be very busy with work. That's what happened when Jupiter transit my sixth house. Nothing bad, just very busy with work, expanded the work and duties and routines. Or if you're self-employed, there can be improvement and transformation in the employment place. They can be like you leaving one job and starting a new job, and it might be a little bit traumatic because it's a change, but it brings better results because it's Jupiter, and Jupiter is only receiving good aspects. So change in your work and your work environment is a good thing for you in the next 12 months. If you want to do that, go for it. And it can happen, and might happen surprisingly suddenly, like the energy of Scorpio. It's kind of shocking sometimes, just like a Scorpio or anything ruled by Scorpio, which is snake bite very fast. So if you lose, for example, your job very quickly, it's for the good. Jupiter is initiating that, or very quickly new opportunities for a better position will also appear. And it might be also because you need to take better care of your health and expand your knowledge on your health, so you need some time. But otherwise, if you're anything to do with the sixth house, like work, improvement of work, more work, and though one thing to warn you, sixth house is a bit adversary. It's the house of our enemies. It's the house of any situations, conflicts, temporary conflicts, arguments, even litigations. Being in a court case with someone is the sixth house, because the seventh house is agreement, reaching a contract and agreement. The sixth house is the 12th from the 7th, which means dissolution. The 12th from anything dissolves that house. Dissolution of agreement and balance. The 7th house is balance. So the sixth house is the house of where balance is lacking. Whoops, sorry. So this is where enmity happens, arguments with other people happen. This is where there is criticism. This is where, and Jupiter would expand all that. I don't want to scare you, but Jupiter also makes you be much more open-minded towards such situations and much more tolerant, and you don't take them so pained, because Jupiter gives you a philosophical look at situations that are lacking balance. So it can increase the number of people in your life that complain, for example, or that are competitive with you, or that are adversary towards you. And they can do it in a secretive way, like the nature of Scorpio. And some kind of power struggle can ensue because of that. Scorpio rules power struggles. And Jupiter can expand, for example, the number of conflicts in your life, or situations of blaming, or situations of criticism. But only so it brings it to your consciousness, because Jupiter wants to bring whatever house it's passing through more awareness, more knowledge, more higher understanding, and ability to deal better with those energies. So maybe it can expand those sixth house things that I said, like maybe you encounter more disgruntled people, more argumentative, but you become more tolerant towards such. Towards such situations, someone who complains, someone who victimizes, to the abused, to the weak, to the poor. You can become definitely way more charitable to people in need when Jupiter is in the sixth house. You just become more understanding. Jupiter is great understanding and acceptance of people that have problems. Sixth house is all those, and that's why it helps a lot of people that are in professions that are about dealing with problems, like the police and the military and the medical professions, social workers. But even if you're not in those professions, it just expands your compassion, Jupiter, and understanding and ability actually to help and transform the lives of such people. But they can increase, and you have more tolerance. And I remember when Jupiter was in my sixth house, there was someone who was constantly complaining, saying how bad their life was. And I was not used to that, and I had a lot of compassion towards and you can find yourself allowing people that are more critical, tolerating them longer than usual. That's just a psychological reaction to this. But the ultimate goal is so you gain knowledge how to deal with such people, so you're not judgmental towards them. And so you kind of heal some kind of grudge towards such people, or enemies of yours, or people that take you out of balance. Also, if you have any situation that is out of balance in your life, whether it's some kind of enmity, competition, some kind of conflict, it can first be intensified because of Jupiter, but then it will be transformed and healed, because Jupiter there is to bring you the light and the knowledge to be able to transform and heal such a situation. What else is the sixth house? The sixth house is, maybe if you're in a court case, it can, increase court cases and things like that. But it also gives you the ability to turn things in your favor. Jupiter is a benefic planet, after all. And after that, when Jupiter moves into your seventh house, you will regain the balance. Such relationships that were, blaming, or that situations of lack of balance, they will be balanced back when Jupiter enters the seventh house, but you'd have gained a lot of high understanding and knowledge here while Jupiter was in the sixth house in regards to those things. And in regards to material things, it's a good time to deal with anything to do with debt. Sixth house rules debt and poverty, to improve a situation connected to poverty and debt, to profit in some way by a debt of some sort, maybe to consolidate a debt so you have to pay less, or maybe pay off a debt. Also, from the sixth house, Jupiter makes good aspect to your second and 10th house. So it means that your 10th and second house can also benefit Gemini, which is your vocation, your reputation and career, and your financial situation. They can expand, they can improve possessions, valuable collections, more money in the bank by the end of November 2018. You can notice more financial income, or more money that you've been able to save. And also the hard work, because Jupiter expands responsibilities and duties, brings you more of those working behind the scenes and doing a lot of kind of due diligence jobs, Because of those, you might have improved, and having a lot of duties and responsibilities, you might have improved your social standing as well. Maybe some kind of promotion is likely, which can also affect your resources and finances. So thank you so much, guys. Hope you found this interesting. And yeah, I will see you. And oh, by the way, October is a lot fun month for you. I forgot to mention quickly, because there is 3 planets in your 5th house. Specifically in October is the Sun, Mercury, and Venus. So it's time to have fun before those 6th house things start coming in. So have fun, enjoy yourself. Maybe romantic dates are more likely, enjoyable. 5th house is triggered. So love life, having fun, enjoying yourself, spending time with children, creative hobbies and pleasures are strongly emphasized in October. And from the 20th of October, the 6th house themes become more and more prominent. And those 6th house themes, as I said, will stay quite prominent for you for a whole year because of Jupiter being there. So do come on the 21st of October to watch the live free summit, astrological summit, on no important astrological events. And if you can't watch the recording till 2021. Thank you.